Radical.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to Radical Rapid Fire Comment Response for March the 22nd through the 28th, 2021. Short comments, quick replies. CAWF Network TV, Fire Pro Wrestling World. Views do not equal quality content, though Paul brothers get millions of views. Enough said. I want to hear from anybody right now, okay, that comes by and they have something to say. They have something to say about my views, which, I mean, I really don't care about, 10 views, 10,000 views. It's actually the same uploads. There's no difference whatsoever. That's my argument. Views do not equal quality content. Jake Paul, Logan Paul, they get millions of views, but I want to see these people that have a lot of shit to say explain to me how the views make the Paul brothers videos higher quality. I'm waiting. Carl Ward, Metal Jesus is no longer dealing pickup videos with Radical Reggie, so I guess he is no longer welcome. When it comes down to it, I guess he was never really friends with Metal Jesus. Well, I pointed out how sometimes you kind of really know who your friends are. Metal Jesus did not back Radical Reggie. When Radical Reggie came out, gave his opinion, which was pretty solid, that the GameStop ma'am shouldn't be coming in there, knocking over displays, basically, bullying the guy behind the counter, demanding that he be called ma'am. Metal Jesus did not defend Radical Reggie. So that was a moment. Not only did he not defend Radical Reggie, he took the sides of other people. So he threw Reggie right under the bus. Okay, now maybe my uploads might have caused a rift, but I just kind of call it as I see it. I'm in the side of Radical Reggie versus Metal Jesus on that. So as far as them being friends, I don't know. I don't really know them. I'm not with them every day, so I can't tell you if they, call each other and chat about video games. I don't know if they still hang out together off camera. I'm not sure. I do know it's kind of weird that, like I said, they were not on camera at the same time on their YouTube channel when he got on camera with Kinsey. So you're trying to explain to me how it's about the pandemic. Okay, if that's the case, then why was he with other people and not Reggie? Michael. Hey, Rick, I know you're not the biggest Nintendo fan. Have you ever seen the mods for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on PC? I've been replaying the game again on PC. Let me tell you, Zelda with 4K and ray tracing is a sight to behold. Well, I don't know if I saw some gameplay with ray tracing. I did watch a video from 2018 with it on 4K. Although my internet seems to be lagging a little bit, so it doesn't like the 4K, but I did it 1440p. It does look very nice. I mean, if I wanted to play it on PC, I mean, what would I really need? I'm not a big PC gamer guy. But if I could play Nintendo games on PC, would I have to buy the Breath of the Wild, the Wii U version? Or I don't know. I'm at a loss. But chances are I'd probably buy the game and not play it for a couple years. I have a crazy backlog. But I will say Breath of the Wild looks really good, especially the grass. That grass looks beautiful. When he's got the sword out going through the grass. Just little effects of that game. Visually, it's a very appealing game, from what I've seen. Haddamton Rose. Oh, the anti-SJW people almost had a stroke when Mandalorian came out. Although one world-class BS's kept on hating it, even hating Baby Yoda. Even his cute little face won everyone over. Well, I mean, I didn't see The Mandalorian, but I hear that Baby Yoda did win people over. A very popular Baby Yoda. On a lot of t-shirts, I know. I don't know I could rock a Baby Yoda t-shirt, though. Right? I mean, that's for the kids. I just personally, I don't know. Maybe I just don't have a big appeal to see the baby versions of, popular characters. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we'll win me over too. But from everything I'm seeing, Mandalorian is a really good show. I've not heard a lot of people, come out and say it's a terrible show. So it's a little inconvenient for the people that are anti-Disney, anti-Star Wars when something like that happens. I think you should judge things fairly. You shouldn't have one scenario one way or the other. Same thing with, a lot of people we speak out, here. I think I've even in the past said some nice things about Metal Jesus and Dreamcast Guy when it was applicable, So whether it's Disney or, movies or video games or whatever, just don't get stuck just, in one direction, right? Regardless of what your audience wants. And that's on anything. Just be fair and objective is what I'm saying. Sean A. Rich has always been an e-beggar. In 2013, he begged for a new camera. His subs gave him the money to get one, and he sold it later for a Wii U. This was just before he robbed ginormous lactose product of 200 pesos. Yeah, I mean, that was 2013. That's why I brought up the Big Cheese stuff. That was 2013. So I don't really understand. Maybe someone doesn't have a history, right? And I understand it. I mean, not everyone has a deep knowledge and history of YouTubers from the very beginning of their channels. But at no point, you say he's always been an e-beggar. I can't specify he's always been one. I don't know. Like, I didn't see him from the very beginning when he started his channel. But I can tell you from 2013 on, everything I've seen, yeah, definitely an e-beggar. Patrice Bryant. Hey, Rick! Yeah, it's quite rude to be asked, what are you? It's not children, but mostly guys who are interested in me laugh out loud. Pretty sure it's because I'm light-skinned and don't have black features. Yet I'm obviously not white. It's likely a pickup line, but not a very good one. Maybe I should just say, I'm female, what are you? Laughing my ass off. Yeah, it just seems like such a rude thing. But you talk about it in someone being interested in you. That might be like a little different, because if someone's like interested in you and they might ask, hey, are you like Irish? I notice you have red hair or something like that, then I guess you're just kind of curious for maybe future possible reasons, because, you're wondering what your future kids might be, if you have kids with somebody. But just like out of the blue, if it's like a random stranger or someone, it's just so rude. It seems rude to me. But some people have stopped by and they left comments saying like, well, it happens to me all the time or whatnot. I just know that it seems like one of the rudest things you could say to somebody, Next up we got Haddington Rose again. This one had really nothing to do with the game itself and was mostly him trying to get his indie horror freak on. Could have cut all the Wicker Man shit out and maybe it would have been a quality upload. Yeah, I mean, you take the last 5 minutes off, or you make it something else, literally anything else than what they finished off on, because it just seemed disjointed and like it shouldn't be there. And you cut off maybe a little bit at the beginning, whittle it down to maybe 7-8 minutes. There's a decent upload in there, but I think it just like half of it needs to be chopped right off. And of all the movies to focus on, like of all the indie horror movies or whatever, like that one, really? Where I could see it? Maybe if there's like a game that has Nicolas Cage in it. I don't know, maybe, was there a Ghost Rider game? Then, it might make sense. People will be like, Nicolas Cage, right? What's a Nicolas Cage video game? Leave it in the comment section down below. Is there any Nicolas Cage video game? Hayden Puds. I'm impressed you managed to sit through the entire episode. I've not been able to do that since 2018. Well, sometimes I have a little more time. Sometimes I can. Sometimes I'm just really pressed for time, but sometimes I'm caught up on a lot of things in life. I'm just in chilling, relaxed mode, and I'm like, you know what? I have 15 minutes for this, right? But don't get used to it. It's not always going to be the case. Energy Turtle. James didn't even leave his house, laugh out loud. You can tell by the fake tattoos on the actor's arm that's supposed to be him. The people going down the street was cringy, channel awesome level content. This was a great notice right here, Angie Turtle. I looked at it. It doesn't say, I don't think that's James. I don't think that's James. Like, so, we already have actors pretending to be James. Okay, I talked about this. How you might have actors pretending to be the angry nerd. I wonder if they'll do this more in the future. James is really, really freaking lazy. If he can't even finish the whole thing? Like, just imagine that. The angry video game nerd is not even always in the episodes anymore. Hey, it begins right now. Rocky Matt Dragon. Thanks for doing this. I thought the episode was okay and could have been better. Have a great day. Well, this is for a lot of people out there that seem to don't think that people in the past have actually thanked me for my uploads. I had somebody come by really angry about the Young Defiant upload. saying something along the lines of, again, back to views. Hey, you have so many subscribers and you can't pull a certain amount of views on an upload or whatnot. And my response was, well, this is high quality commentary. And something along the line of, like the Jake Paul shit, like I said earlier on. And I tried to say people have thanked me for uploads, and they said, you're right. Like, no, people stop by and they appreciate my uploads, and they sometimes thank me for the uploads. And then, guess what? People come by, they leave great comments, they leave interesting comments, and I thank them for the comments. You get it? That's how YouTube should probably be. But as to your comment, yeah, some people thought the episode was okay, but really, Matt, you think it was a really good one, to be honest? I mean, watch it again. Watch it again. I know you're a little bit more, I understand if you're really happy about the Angry Nerd episodes and you get hyped and excited, but looking back at it, think about what you would change about it. Probably be a lot, Tidruzas. Burping and farting risque for the time? Anyone remember Booger Man back in the Genesis days? Well, I said it was risque for the time because when that came out, damn, that was on Game Boy Color. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong on this, but when I was thinking that, I thought early 90s. Whereas Booger Man may be the mid-90s, if I'm not mistaken. But did Booger Man come out early 90s or mid-90s? Seemed like it was a late generation 16-bit game. But risque for the time, yeah, that's not risque compared to Booger Man. Boogers! That's just such a weird game to play. And it's kind of disgusting, too. So that's, it's not a game to play, probably, if you're about to eat something. Sean A. I would have preferred the fat guy to play Shrek. He already looks the part. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. Like, if you want me to believe that that's actually Shrek, or maybe, I get it, like, it's not supposed to be Shrek, it's supposed to be like a Shrek cultist or whatever, but at least have a big guy. Look around. Have a big guy. There's enough big guys at Screenwave to go around. Just put one of them in the mask. It's not that hard. Corey Gaines. What game is this? Okay, like Matt Dragon's comment. Sometimes people come by and they criticize me because they're like, hey, you feature a lot of Shadow of Mordor gameplay. Nobody cares about that dumb game Shadow of Mordor. A lot of people come by and they ask, hey, this game looks cool. What game is this? What game is that? I want to make people aware of that game, which is now, you can get it for next to nothing. It's a lot of fun. I've been playing it for like half a decade. I can attest to how fun that game is. So, yeah, two of these comments proving the people wrong that come by and they have stuff to say about views and Shadow of Mordor, right? I don't think there's going to be a third one. Not a hat trick here. The Winged Avenger. Beware of the remake of The Wicker Man starring Nicolas Cage, as it's pure garbage. The original movie from the 70s is awesome. It takes a good director and good actors to successfully make a movie like that. I haven't seen the original, but that's what I've heard, that the original is a lot better than the remake. Is it supposed to be an actual one-to-one remake? Were there bees in the original? Some movies, they come out and they're terrible, but they're terror bad. Or what do you call good bad? I don't know. There's a word for it. So bad it's good. I wouldn't even say it's so bad it's good. It's not. It is not. But if you want some scenes that are really hilarious with Nicolas Cage, that's one of the top 10. One of the top 10, funniest Nicolas Cage moments. Okay? The Winged Avenger. The AVGN episode is horrendous. Finally, they're admitting that the episodes are written by other people. This one in particular was co-written by Justin Silverman. So now we know he's completely talentless. Yeah. They're admitting that they're written by other people. I guess a lot of people were thinking that they were actually written by James Rolfe. Yeah, so it's nice that they're actually admitting that it is not. Ragoon Online. You see it time and time again. The creators that respond positively to criticism are the ones that succeed, or they can just ignore it if they are fine with where they are at. The ones that lash out at the critics are so caught up in their own ego that they tank their career. Love that you are against e-begging. Yeah, I do agree with that. As far as wanting to be successful, I think in anything, feedback is very important if you are looking to make anything better. If you want to make a better movie series, if you're a director, if you want to create a better product for people, if you're creating products, yeah, that's very important. And you said that you love that I'm against e-begging. It's more or less that I'm against dishonesty than really e-begging, right? So, when it comes to things like that, if someone's being honest and transparent and they say, you know what, I feel that I deserve money for my uploads. I feel that you all should be giving me money for my uploads. I don't, dislike that as much as people that just try to skirt the issues or don't even admit that they actually are e-begging online, are being dishonest or trying to scam people, right? Arioka, where is MBK silent? He's a very good commentator. Well, true to his namesake, he's being silent. He's very silent, So maybe he's just being silent for a series of weeks or months or years, and then he makes his return. There's a lot of great commenters through the years. I would say Donovan is one of them. I remember MBK silent. There was a female with an anime avatar that was really great. There's so many, right? And you can't have them all forever. You can't have them all forever. So yeah, it's what are you going to do about it, right? People sometimes move on. Not everyone's going to be here forever. I mean, just on this planet. Okay? So I got a little deep there. Not everyone's going to be here forever, and not everyone's going to be commenting on this channel forever, right? Claiming a mine. I think most of this is projection, and I get it, you're faceless, and they attack you for that as you hate your life, but it's just projection, they hate their own life. When you come out and you say that someone hates their life, unless you have proof or unless you actually know them, that is a big, that's something, what's the word for it? Accusation. That's a big accusation, right? And it shows that people actually really don't even follow the channel, because for them to come by and say that you hate your own life, then maybe they don't really even tune in to the times where I'm kind of happy and showing things off and just sometimes giddy about things that I bought, or maybe I'm excited about maybe some supplements I'm taking, how it's going to improve my life or my health or whatnot, So it just shocks me, and it's very easy to refute. This is the third one. Yeah, there was a hat trick. There was a hat trick, right? So I knew it, and I lied to a lot of you, right? Aha, there was a hat trick. Julia India Mobile. I've never heard of that brand before. I always use Toyo or Pirelli. I have little choice with my truck because I have to put medium-duty tires on it. I run Continentals. Not sure on those 76 DBS. I'm more interested in DDs. Keep it radical. Oh yeah, I'm more interested in double Ds too, Are the heralded triple Ds. Hard to find triple Ds, if the waist is not really terrible. Usually for triple Ds, you gotta date someone like Review Tech USA to get the triple Ds. Toyo or Pirelli, very good tire brands. I've never had Toyos, but I've had Pirellis before. You know where Pirellis are made? Juliet Indy Mobile? Mobile? Turkey. They're made in Turkey also. Hell, maybe they come from the same place as the tires I got. And I will have an update, because I just got them mounted and balanced and everything today. I will have an update at some point on my tire purchase. Sean A. Got to make sure they can handle a big waterfall. Yeah, I'm not going to be driving through any waterfalls anytime soon. In fact, I think if you drive through a waterfall, there's going to be too much water and it might drown out my engine. But if there's a way I can maybe skirt over a waterfall, across it, without actually any damage to the car, I'm going to test these waterfalls across a waterfall, okay? Ninja Master, $50 price tire from Turkey? You're adventurous. Get it mounted and balanced and keep us posted. I'll give you a little preview of my update. So far, not too bad. Not too bad. I haven't put them through the test. I haven't took it on the interstate. I haven't done braking test or whatever. But not too bad. Not too bad. For some reason, they only put 27 pounds of air pressure in my front tires, though. So yeah, it's kind of weird. Usually they overinflate your tires. You notice that when you go get tires put on, usually they put the PSI near 40, so you're driving off and you're like, whoa, what the hell, and you're like, something's wrong with the tires. I'm like, no, they just filled up 40, right? Razor Ramon, I'm shocked that you looked for good acting in an AVN video. It's not that I looked for good acting. It's just I try to look, at things in a positive light as I can, right? I go into things sometimes and I'm like, okay, shock me. Let it be good. Shock me with it. And I tried to like it. I really tried to. But they just lost me with all the Wicker Band stuff towards the end and just missed opportunities throughout it. Dan Smith, nice sturdy tires. Daytona! I really like that outro. I like that outro. That's really, really nice tune. It is. So I couldn't resist it. So that's why I used Daytona as the outro in that video. They do seem really nice and sturdy. I took the tires off. Well, they took the tires off the Douglas. You know what? The weird thing is the Douglas tires, they felt soft. I don't know if that's a sign of a good quality tire. Like they just felt soft. Like there was a lot of give in them. Oh, I don't know if that's a good thing in a tire. Afro Gamer Dude. Don't know of many news networks that have to take back everything and say a day later due to backlash from being an uninformed idiot. Yeah, well, Review Tech USA, Rich said that it would be the last console generation. Remember that, right? And a couple years ago, GameStop was supposed to close its doors. A couple years ago, right? But granted, he's trying to predict the market, but he gets things wrong like all the time. He does. And then he has a big video posting, sorry, I got this wrong about that thing right there. I hope... It's a little off today. Oh, cucumber! Oh, I love... Okay. I need a little tweaking. I got to get back. Man, something's wrong with that. Okay, it goes off sometimes. I'm not sure. Like my bounce. People get their their tires bounced and rotated. I need to get like my impressions rotated, which usually I don't. It's not a thing. I'm just like trying to make up time because I really don't have much for you here, Afro Gamer Dude. Radical Rapid Fire Comment Response. But thanks for stopping by. Sweatpants Joe, Games and Toys. I always get jealous when somebody can do a Rich impersonation because I can't. Okay, tell you what I'll do for you, Sweatpants Joy, Joy Games and Toys. I won't do anything for you. I won't give you anything just to be jealous. I get to walk around and talk to people like this, and they look at me funny. And then I shake my boobies, and then I... It's coming back. It's coming back. Okay, that didn't go so well. Yeah, that's all I can use it for the day. It's like there's a time limit. Like a weapon in a video game you can only use until there's like a cooldown rate. I have a RT USA cooldown. Andrew R1204. I had this game as a kid. He really skimmed over the game and the more frustrating aspects of it. Isn't it the point of the video to be a game review? I was very disappointed. Look at how much of that video was actually gameplay from the Shrek game. Probably like maybe less than a minute. Maybe a minute or two, right? Is that all you could really do with that? I know it was a short game, but I'm looking at that and I'm like, okay, angry video game nerd. Angry video game nerd. I'll say it again. Angry video game nerd. Not angry movie nerd. Whatever the fuck that was at the end. Angry video game nerd. It's not that hard of a concept. Video games. Not shitty Nicolas Cage movies. Zombie 38. YouTube is bad. Give me money. You left this comment on the completionist upload. Yeah, YouTube is bad. Come on, it's bad. I'm having a tough time on YouTube. The algorithms and everything. So give me money, right? Imagine that being at work, right? Or let's say entertainment. Imagine somebody comes out with a movie and it doesn't get a lot of people going to see the movie, or a TV show, and the ratings are down. Imagine if Vincent Kennedy McMahon comes out and he says, okay, ratings for Raw, they suck ass. So go ahead and give me money. Give me money. I need some money. And you might say, Vince McMahon, well, he's rich. Like Angry Joe is not. Like the completionist is not doing great. I don't care if he has a staff and people that are working for him. Actually, that's a sign that they're doing well. They extended. They're YouTubers that actually have editors and they have staffs. So I don't know, other than maybe like extending your hand, maybe inform some of the people that, you're fired. I mean, yeah, they're employed, but I mean, come on now, employed, working for, under the table. How does that work? Like, I'll file my taxes, and under employer, I'll put Gerard the completionist. Get the fuck out of here, We say sometimes you deserve what you get, right? I mean, I got $50 tires. If one of them pops in a couple weeks, I'm not going to complain about it because I took a chance on some $50 tires, right? So, yeah, sometimes you take chances. Sometimes it pays off. Sometimes it doesn't, right? Crazy Joe. Man, this guy's crazy. So crazy is his name. Terrible. I'm hoping that this was the killing off of AVGN. Apparently it's not. It's just the first episode in the series, which I would say that's kind of interesting. First episode in the series and they've killed off the character. If any reason other than like it's a big cliffhanger to see. I mean, I don't know if a lot of people saw that and they said, we want to see more. We want to see more of this. But I guess they have that cheap thing at the end where you're like, okay, how's he going to come back? How are they going to resurrect the angry video game nerd? Ross Robertson. CNN is constantly getting the news wrong, but the difference is they don't correct themselves. You know how I said earlier, sometimes I'll give people credit versus other things? Okay, here's one thing Rich does better than maybe like a CNN or a Fox News or an MSNBC. They get the news wrong and then they don't correct themselves usually. But Review Tech USA, he does make a big deal about it and he corrects things. Still, I mean, lame and everything. Still, I don't know, I'm just trying. I'm trying here, right? You see it, I'm trying really hard to say something positive about Review Tech USA. It's hard, though. It is. But compared to, like CNN, sure. And I don't watch that a lot. I'm just, here again, like I know in the past, these news networks, they have gotten things wrong that I know of, right? Captain Classic with 2 Ks. This episode was so disappointing. The cringe is just too much for me. I miss when he just talks shit about games instead of trying to add a story to the episodes. It just kind of ruins the pace of the reviews. Don't get me wrong, I liked a lot of the more advanced episodes like ROB, Seaman, etc., but the past couple years the show has just went downhill. Yeah, the Seaman one. That was a pretty good one. But I mean, there's so many puns, like it would almost be impossible to have a upload that wasn't kind of funny with that, right? You can kind of see it from a mile away. You're like, all right, this is going to be gold. I think James could have done more with that Shrek game. He could have probably done more. He could have, even though it was a short game. I think they could have focused maybe the writing to actually anything but what happened, right? Yeah, I really don't have much more to say about it. Maybe if your comment was earlier, I'd have more to say, Captain, but I don't have a lot, Falcon fans, RPG. A 13-minute rap response. Boy, it's my lucky day. What's a 4? A dual, a trifecta, a quadrupla. I just made a word, right? So many people come by and then they say, man, Rick, nobody likes your channel. Nobody stops by your channel. What's up? What's up, Rick? Nothing's going on. Nobody likes listening to you. Well, people do. Falcon Fans RPG. He enjoyed the 13-minute rap response, where I was talking about Alpha Mega Sin and their audience and, how they defend him still having a Patreon. Now, that might be the last one for a while because I'm working on something on rap response. And if that is like the last rap response, it would be fitting because it came full circle. In 2018, I started rap response because there were so many triggered Alpha Mega Sin fans that came here. And I would try to explain to them, hey, you know what? Why are you here complaining to me. Why are you here complaining to me? Talk to Alpha. Oh, wait, he won't talk to any of you. So they have to take it out on me that I'm speaking the fucking truth about Alpha, you know? So I didn't really understand it because I'm like, okay, I'm trying to do a favor to you by kind of poke and prod at Alpha to come back for you all. And you don't appreciate me for it, right? But if it comes full circle and that's the end, then that would be fitting. Oh, there might be a comment that maybe a copy paste to anyone that comes by that's that triggered, and it goes over a lot of the things that people have said, you know, some of the things we touched upon, because at some point those right responses are going to be kind of the same thing over and over again, trying to correct people. And also some of those right responses are for sock accounts of the same people saying the same exact things. So really, to be honest, going forward, there's a lot of things that I want to try out on the channel, and Rap Response, it's okay. It's cool. I do enjoy it from time to time, but I think I want to kind of extend the channel out a little bit and try some other different things. So maybe for a while, that actually is going to be the last Rap Response. But I do have a playlist, you know, cheap plug, if you enjoy all those Rap Responses. Okay? Thank you, Falcon Fans RPG. Thank everybody else. Have a great, fantastic, wonderful, marvelous fucking day.